Hi guys, it's Ali, your Saturday here on Bookish Days. This week our topic is bookish ratings and how we rate our books and examples of our ratings. Now before I start that, I just want to apologise for not making a video last week. That is the first time since I've been on Bookish Days that I have omitted to make a video, and I felt really bad, so I don't like to let people down, but I went Christmas shopping in the morning, intending to make the video in the afternoon, and we ended up having to come home because my back was hurting and my feet were hurting, and I just went to bed and went to sleep. Sometimes I just underestimate how much being pregnant can affect doing things, so I am really sorry. Thankfully, it was just the hot releases week, and there wasn't that many hot releases for December, so never mind. Anyway, back to this week's topic. The easiest way of going through how I rate books is to read from my blog, Winged Reviews, and I will leave a link down below to Winged Reviews if you want to check us out. On the page that explains how we rate, because I wrote that page, so this is how I rate books. So I'll do each one at a time and then give you an example. For 1 star, I wrote, I didn't enjoy this book at all, / I couldn't finish this book. So an example of that, of a 1 star rating of mine, would be Evernight by Claudia Gray. It offends me to even hold this book in my hands, by the way. This is the only book I've ever given 1 star to, and I don't think it was harsh at all because I hated this book. The reason that I didn't like it is because I felt like we were lied to. As a reader, we were lied to for 50% of the book. This girl starts this new school, and the children at this school are weird, the school itself is weird, her parents are acting weird, and it's told in first person. So she is talking as if she doesn't know what's going off. She wants to know why she doesn't fit in, why the other kids are different, what's going off at this school, and it's kind of like a mystery. And so at first I was like, ooh, yeah, what's going off at this school? And then 50% of the way through, we get this twist dropped on us, which I'm sorry, but there is no way that it can be classed as a twist. Whereby we find out that she did know all along why the other kids are different, why this school is weird, why everyone acts different, and why she didn't fit in up until that point. She had simply been holding this information back from her narrative. Now, I'm sorry, but that pissed me off to begin with. I cannot abide that. That's not a way to tell a story. That automatically put me on edge of this book. And from then on, it just went downhill. The characters I didn't care about, the storyline was so cliche, and I got this stupid thing hanging over my head anyway from where she'd lied for the first half of the book to make the book seem more interesting when it wasn't. And when I shut it, I thought, it doesn't deserve 2 stars. It barely deserves 1. And I, needless to say, have not continued with this series. 1 star. So for 2 stars on the blog, I wrote 2 stars. It was okay, but wouldn't really recommend. And an example of a 2-star book for me is Working Stiff by Rachel Kane. And this is the epitome of that star system. It was okay, but I wouldn't really recommend it. I did finish it. I picked it up because I thought it was about zombies. And it is, but not very interesting zombies. It's kind of more along the sci-fi genre of zombies, in that people are brought back to life with an injection. And it just wasn't very interesting. None of the characters were very interesting. It took me ages to read because I just didn't care. And although it had sort of elements of okayness, that is totally a word, by the way, I just didn't really enjoy it that much. It was okay. I may read the next one, I may not. 2 stars. So for 3 stars on the blog, I wrote, I liked this book, it had potential. And an example of a 3-star book of mine is Angel Fire by L.A. Weatherly, which is the sequel to Angel, or if you're in the US, Angel Burn, I believe. And the reason that I gave this 3 stars is because it could have done with losing about that much from the book. This middle bit here, it was way too long for young adults. The bits that were good, but there is this massive bit in the middle that just wasn't needed, and certain things were thrown in that wasn't needed, like a love triangle where there wasn't one necessary. You do not need to have a love triangle in every YA book. I think someone used to tell these authors that. And so I did enjoy it, not half as much as the first one, but the story itself, if you could cut out the middle boring bit and get rid of the stupid love triangle, you know, it had potential. It goes straight along with my 3-star rating thing, you know. I liked this book. It had potential. It needs some refining. And then for 4-star, on the blog I wrote, I really enjoyed this book. It was great. And so an example of one of my 4-star rated books is I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Law. 4-star to me means, yeah, I enjoyed that, but I wasn't like, wow. It didn't make me go, oh my god, I need the next one right now, or leave me awake all night thinking about it. It's just, I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it to people and say, this book's really good. I don't grab them and throttle them and tell them, you need to read this now, but I do recommend it. And so the reason I gave that rating to I Am Number 4 is because it was exactly that. It was a good book. I don't think it was like anything amazingly special, but I thought it was a really good start to this series. Setting up of the series, setting up of the world. I enjoyed the storyline. There wasn't any massive 5-star wow factor to it, but I was really glad that I read it, and I read the second one as soon as that came out. That's, you know, well, not as soon as it came out, but I did read the second one, you know. I wasn't going to dismiss the second one. And that's what a 4-star book is to me. And for 5 stars on the blog I wrote, I loved this book, recommended to all. And so I have so many examples of 5-star books, I did not know which one to choose. So I've gone with one that's not an obvious choice, and that is Angelology by Danielle Trussoni. 5 stars to me means it cannot get any better. There is no way to improve this book. This book was amazing, outstanding, in a world of its own, and that I recommend everybody read it. Or it keeps me awake at night, or it leaves me unable to read anything else for a while because the story of that book is so firmly rooted in my brain. And that is exactly what happened with Angelology. For days I thought about this book and about what had happened in it, and I was just in awe of this story. This is one of those stories that makes you think, really makes you use your brain, and I enjoyed it for that. I really, really loved it. It's a big book, 450 pages, and the writing is teeny tiny. It is more adult than young adult, although not in the kind of romance sort of way. There's very little romance whatsoever in this book. This book is not about romance. This book is more kind of the Da Vinci Code meets National Treasure, if that makes sense. And like with my blog rating system, I love this book, recommended to all. So that's the end of my video today. I hope you all enjoyed, and leave me a comment and let me know what you thought, if you've read any of those books, if you agree with what I say about them, or if you don't agree, then we'll have a little fight. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.